Henry Winkler tells the truth about what happened to Heather O'Rourke, and it's shocking. Henry Winkler's full name is Henry Franklin. Winkler was born in New York City on October 30, 1945. Winkler was born to German Jewish immigrants who had fled Nazi persecution. He grew up with a deep understanding of the hardships his parents faced, which made him strong and determined from a young age. He had problems as a child, such dyslexia, which went undetected for a long time and made schoolwork very hard, even though he faced these problems. Winkler's early love of the performing arts and storytelling provided him a way to express himself, and he worked hard to get an education in the arts. He went to Emerson College to study acting and then got a master's degree in drama from the Yale School of Drama. There, he learned the skills that would help him have a long and successful career in cinema, television, and theater. In 1974, Winkler got his big break when he was cast as Arthur Fonzie Fonzarelli on the famous TV show Happy Days. Fonza was supposed to be a minor character at first, but Winkler's portrayal of the cool leather-jacketed motorcycle-riding character swiftly became a cultural phenomenon that defined a generation. Audiences across the United States and around the world were captivated by Fonza. He contributed a unique mix of charisma, charm, and subtle vulnerability to the role, turning Fonza into a symbol of teenage rebellion and coolness that resonated powerfully with viewers. His act won him praise from critics and multiple Golden Globe Awards, making him a part of television history. Winkler's work on Happy Days showed that he could mix humor with deep emotion, which made him a favorite with millions of viewers. After his popularity on Happy Days, Winkler kept working in movies and TV, showing that he was a very versatile actor. He played a lot of different characters in both funny and serious movies and TV shows, like Scream, Arrested Development, Royal Pains, and Barry. He got a lot of praise for his subtle and often very affecting performances. Winkler was also a famous director and producer, working on TV shows and movies that varied from comedy to dramas. His efforts behind the scenes showed how much he cared about telling stories and how much he wanted to create stories that are fun, educational, and inspiring. Winkler's contributions to the entertainment industry go beyond his acting. He has taught many young performers and has spoken up for artists who are having trouble in their careers. Winkler is a successful novelist in addition to being an actor and producer. He has co-written a number of children's books and young adult novels, such as the highly appreciated Hank Zipper series, which is based on his own experiences with dyslexia. Winkler's books have given kids who are having trouble learning hope and encouragement. They have encouraged kids to be proud of who they are and to follow their aspirations even when things get tough. He has become a cultural hero and a role model for resilience, compassion, and the force of perseverance because he fights for those with learning difficulties. Henry Winkler has won many prizes for his work in entertainment, including various Emmys, Golden Globes, and honorary awards from organizations that recognize his humanitarian work. People admire Winkler not only for his work, but also for his kindness, humility, and compassion. Things about him that have made him loved by coworkers, admirers, and communities for a long time. His life narrative is one of overcoming challenges, staying creative, and being dedicated to both his work and his community. Henry Winkler's legacy as an actor, novelist, and activist is not only made up of the iconic roles he has played on screen, but also of the deep effect he has had on the lives of those he has inspired via his work and words. Henry Winkler was a very successful writer, but he never stopped acting, which is what made him famous in the first place. He continued to show off his amazing range in the 2000s and 2010 seconds, acting in 21 feature films up till 2017. His last movie during this time was All I Want for Christmas Is You, in which Winkler played Grandpa Bill. This part let him mix humor, sensitivity, and a feeling of timeless seasonal magic. In 2016, Winkler shocked audiences with a very different kind of performance. He played former New York City Mayor Ed Koh in the parody movie Donald Trump's The Art of the Deal. The movie, fans liked that he was prepared to play strange and unexpected characters even after decades in the business. His passion to TV at this time was just as outstanding. Winkler started the 2000s with memorable parts in well-known TV shows like The Practice and Battery Park. This showed that he was more than just a funny guy, which is what he was best known for. He voiced Norval the Bird in 18 episodes of Clifford's Puppy Days from 2003 to 2005. He made the character come to life, gave it personality, and made it fun for families all around the country. In 2006, Winkler took on a whole new challenge when he made his pantomime debut as the evil Captain Hook in a London production of Peter Pan at the famous New Wimbledon Theatre. This show showed how versatile he is on stage and how much he wants to keep changing as an artist. Winkler's presence on TV only became bigger throughout the years. From 2003 to 2018, he played the wonderfully strange and frequently dumb lawyer Barry Zuckeron in 30 episodes of the highly praised sitcom Arrested Development. His act won over fans and made him a permanent part of modern television comedy. Winkler played the important character of Cy Middleman on Children's Hospital from 2010 to 2016. He appeared in 54 episodes of the Emmy-winning show, showing off his great comedic timing once again. He also worked on animated projects like Lego Hero Factory and gave depth to the medical comedy drama Royal Pains during this fruitful time. These two jobs showed how adaptable and relevant he still is. Henry Winkler met Stacy, who was then known as Stacy Weitzman, in 1976 at a small, trendy clothes store in Beverly Hills. This meeting would change his life forever. Stacy was in charge of the boutique at the time. She brought her natural sense of style, confidence, and warmth to the place. Winkler, who was already becoming famous as the Fonz on Happy Days, came in seeking for an outfit for a friend. At first, their connection was easy and inconspicuous, but Winkler later said that when he first saw her, he felt an immediate pull, a spark that signaled something more than just a casual acquaintance. Stacy was self-sufficient, calm, and used to meeting individuals in the entertainment world, so she didn't care that he was famous. Instead, she was honest and easygoing with him. Winkler was captivated by her real presence, and he soon found himself going back to the store again and again, pretending to be looking about but really wanting to see her. They talked more often, and their talks became more personal and friendly. This set the stage for a partnership based on respect, admiration, and shared ideals. After dating for 2 years, Winkler and Stacy got married in 1978 at a place that meant a lot to him, the synagogue where he had his bar mitzvah as a child. Winkler's choice showed how much he cared about tradition and family history, as well as how he felt like he was continuing his life in the same hallowed area where he had become an adult. Their wedding was small and personal, with just close friends, family, and co-workers from the entertainment industry present. Not only did they celebrate their love, but they also celebrated their mutual commitment to establishing a secure, grounded life together, even in the volatile world of Hollywood. Henry Winkler and Stacy Weitzman made a close-knit, loving family throughout the years that followed. They had 3 kids together, and their son Max has taken his own artistic career in the entertainment sector. Winkler has often talked about how proud he is of his kids and how happy and fulfilled he is as a father. The family has been through good and bad times together. Winkler's career as an actor, director, and producer has changed over time, and so has Stacy's career and her fight with breast cancer. Henry and Stacy have always been committed companions who love and support one another through thick and thin. Their marriage, which has lasted for decades, is proof of their respect for each other, their lasting friendship, and the quiet strength of a love that started when they met by chance in a Beverly Hills store and evolved into a lifetime of shared experiences. For decades, the terrible and unexpected death of young actress Heather Orr, the iconic child star of the Poltergeist film series, has remained one of Hollywood's most agonizing and confusing tragedies. For a long time, fans have been looking for answers about the tragic death of the 12-year-old girl who had enchanted millions with her angelic presence and natural acting skills. Henry Winkler, one of the most renowned and loved people on TV, recently spoke out about the sad mystery. His thoughts give a rare, very personal look at what many in the industry saw during Heather's last year, and many people who thought they knew the whole story have been shocked by what he said. Winkler had a long history of being kind, honest, and trustworthy, so he didn't take the matter lightly. His connection to Heather wasn't founded on a long-term personal relationship, but rather came from years of working in the same field, hearing insider stories, and seeing the stress that young actresses have to deal with. When he eventually talked about the rumors and speculation, his voice was calm, emotional, and very honest. He claimed that Heather was a brilliant, kind person and that she distinguished out among Hollywood's youngest actors not because of her popularity but because of her kindness and innocence. Winkler said that one of the biggest misunderstandings surrounding Heather's death was that it happened without warning. He made it clear that people have always thought it happened out of nowhere, but the truth is that people who knew her well knew something was amiss long before the rest of the world did. He went on to say that some crew members and performers had privately voiced their worries about Heather's ongoing health problems, which were first thought to be minor stomach problems. Winkler says that these early symptoms were small but constant. They might not have worried someone who didn't know her well, but they really bothered the people who worked closely with her. As Winkler went on, his comments got even more interesting. He said that many people who had been in the business for a long time thought Heather's health should have been addressed far more seriously at the time. She kept going to work because that's what kids in this business are told to do, he claimed. They learn early on that they have to smile, do their best, and act professionally even when they don't feel well. As later accounts said, his voice was a mix of melancholy and anger, and he talked about the long-standing system that often pushes young performers past their physical and emotional capabilities. He said that when the community found out that Heather was in the hospital, they were all shocked. Winkler remembered that everyone felt she would be okay. Nobody thought it could be something that could kill them. We all thought what she was going through wasn't as bad as it really was. The news that her condition, a misdiagnosed intestinal blockage, had gotten so much worse shocked everyone, and Winkler stressed that the tragedy was not only medical but also systemic. When Winkler talked about what happened after, it was probably the most stunning aspect of his perspective. Hollywood moved on too quickly. He stated with a serious look on his face, Heather needed more love, more honesty, more protection, and more care. Winkler thought it was the saddest thing that Heather's death may have been avoided if the adults around her had seen how serious her symptoms were and responded sooner. Winkler's words are both a praise and a warning in the end. They show not just how sad Heather's last days were, but also how the industry puts pressure on and ignores the vulnerabilities of its younger stars. His thoughts remind us that behind every great performance is a real youngster whose health and happiness should always come before fame.